Hey everybody, JPM here. Got a request to do something a little bit unusual. There's all of this, it's not controversy, but I would say a lot of discussion about betting minimum, betting max, which denomination should I choose, etc., etc. So I thought we'd walk through an exercise here on one of my favorite games, Triple Red Hot Sevens at MGM Grand. This is a penny slot. You've seen me on videos actually work up a pretty decent bankroll on this. So what we're going to do is going to start with 20 bucks into the machine. A lot of folks talking about a $20 method. Well, I won't necessarily say anything about that, but what I will say is let's see how this works. Now, let's say I've got a very short bankroll and I'm really trying to be conservative. Got 20 bucks in, right? Well, I'm going to bet minimum, and on this machine, you'll always have to bet, let me show you, 25 lines. Choice then becomes which multiplier do you want to use? Okay, so what we're going to do is choose 25 times 2, 50-cent. I remember this game has a pregame feature. 3 of those bonus figures scattered across the 3 reels. And it will feed you back little line hits along the way. Look, we can retire a 6-cent return. Show you what it looks like. Those bonuses, of course, will block other action. Did it twice in a row, right? There's another little line hit. Now this will be in real time, kind of looking at the 2 approaches. Obviously a decent line hit and or free games is what we're after. That line hit a 6. Remember, we're betting 50 cents a spin. Come on, free games. Boo, right? Wow, look at this. Okay, really, really, really important for our purposes here. That's triple red hot sevens, literally. 3 red sevens. If you watch, that line is paying 600. $6. Well, what is that random number generator doing? It's picking and choosing when you press the button. It's picking and choosing when you press the button. Well, if you're sitting here, like, the first thing that occurs to you is, man, I wish I had been max betting. Triple red hot sevens on a line doesn't come across the river very often, right? So we end up kind of where we started. You can do the math. If instead I had been multiplying my bet times 10, what might have occurred there? But let's keep going, shall we? That was a great line hit. And we'd love to trigger free games. That would be so helpful. So I'll show you what we're going to do in our little experiment here. That 777 hit was, there's blue sevens, 86. Or that one in particular got 80 cents for multiplying times 2 right now. Oh, I'd love to trigger free games, right? That's a any 7 type hit. Getting some great line hits. Come on, pre-games. Love to see you. Again. It's those blue 7s. 80. Oh, there's the motor of all motors with white 7s. We are really getting some great line hits. Wow. Oh, we had white 7s there. Hey, down to 14. I'll tell you what, our 20 bucks has definitely lasted. I would love to trigger free games to see if the machine will go nuts. Let's do it. Just tantalizing us with that double strike. Oh, such a motor, that triple red hot 3X symbol. There we go. Wonderful. Free games. Minimum 50-cent bet. Great, 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 great. Let's see what this looks like. Let's get that started. 3X is going to tell you right here what multiplier it's going to apply. The bonus blocked us. Oh, it blocked us again. Wow. All right, there's some 7 action. 2X. Game 5 at 4X. There's blue 7s. That's a nice strike. Appreciate you. All right. There's an any 7 hit. All right, that was it. Where do we end up? All right, back where we started, which in many ways is good news. Do it again. No reason you shouldn't. What I'm going to do now is play this down to 15, I think. We'll see how it goes for purposes of our demonstration. Any 7s for 12. Again, single 7s. That's a 160 hit. Oh man. Wow, that motor is showing up a lot. Wow. If nothing else, I know one thing, our $20 has really lasted a good long while. Going on 10 minutes. Tell you what, I said 15 and it's like, nope, not doing it. We're not going there. Pretty cool. 1550. All right, I'm gonna pause for a moment. Keep your eyes on this. The screen will look exactly the same. I'm gonna take a quick break, get a drink of soda, and then we're gonna show you something, I believe. So hold on. Okay, everybody, what we're gonna do now is actually cash out. So we had that experience for about 10 minutes or so. I'm going to take a $100 bill, load it into the machine. And now we're going to bet max and see what happens. Now, obviously, the line hits are going to be bigger automatically. But let's just see what happens. And I'm very hopeful that we get free games. So that we can see the experience from both perspectives. Minimum bet, maximum bet. Let's shorten this string. Now you can see right now the point I'm trying to make. We had similar hits at minimum bet, and I bet you can't remember a time we blew through 20 bucks. Right? So let's keep going. Bonus is locking, but I'd love to see free games. Since we had that at the minimum bet, that would just be a great comparison. Some white sevens, right? So again, 280. So I'm hoping you can already see Jackpot Max. It's in our name. I definitely prefer to play a max bet. The reason is real simple. You just don't know when you're going to get a really nice line hit or free games. There's nothing controlling that except the random number generator. The reason you bet max is to maximize your opportunities, like that one, when they in fact show up. Because you just don't know when it's going to come. Now, fully understand this entire thing. Well, I could sit here and press this button and we could burn through that $100 like we're, like it was nothing. I want you to recall some of the line hits we got at minimum bet. And all of those would be multiplied by a factor of 5. So you're giving yourself, like right there, we got one of those hits. Remember, that's an $800, that's an $8 line hit now, as opposed to much less we got at the minimum bet. So that's all we're showing here. And I really want to trigger free games so we can see this, kind of the full effects. How this matters a great deal. That random number generator is going to get around or not to one line hit or another. Only thing we can control is how much we're betting. Whether or not we're going to give ourselves a multiplier. How often have you heard people say, oh my God, that's the most important symbol, it's a multiplier. Well, you've got one with how you bet. Now, having said all that, remember my main rule, have a good time. There we go. 47 bucks. $47. Double red hot sevens. Okay, let me shorten that string to show you. Once again, we blew through the 100. So it's when you catch that random number generator doing something cool like that, have you given yourself the opportunity to maximize your return. So again, the main rule is have a good time. How do you have a good time? Among the main ways you have a good time is stay within your budget. If that means you bet 50 cents, that's great. That's wonderful. But if you have the budget that will support $100 at max bet on this machine as an example, that's what you should be doing so you don't miss the opportunities. Man, I would love to get free games just to show you how cool that might be. I think I've shown enough to prove this point about minimum versus maximum bet. By the way, it is not about tricking the machine. Las Vegas, look at all this gold around here. Boy, that would have been cool. This town, and frankly, all of these big casinos across this country, they're not going to allow us. It's math. They're not going to allow us to have little tricks. It's not going to work. That random number generator is just that. It's random. So the point of having rules and your own guidelines, okay, I'm going to quit there, is give yourself as much of an advantage as you possibly can. Rule one for me is have a good time. If you're not having a good time, that probably means you're violating some other rule, like only stay within your budget. But I think over the last 15 to 17 minutes we've shown, just think about it. Think about what you're doing. Jackpot max, it's in our name. The reason we prefer to max bet is you don't want to leave anything on the table. Are there times when I don't max bet? Yes, there are. But it should be your overall general approach so that when you do get, and I think we ended up getting the same line hit, betting minimum and betting max, when you do get that line hit, you've given yourself every opportunity to maximize that opportunity. All right, I've said enough. I'm glad you were here. I hope you enjoyed this. I'd love if you subscribe and also comment. Thumbs up. All right, that never hurts anything. I'm going to walk around a little bit more here at MGM Grand and see if there's something else we can get into. Thank you so much for being here. I'll see you next time.